What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. Today we're going to be talking about why I go to Gamestop in 2018. So if you like games, consoles, or product reviews, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. So here on YouTube, GameStop is often trashed or talked bad about just because of the way that the corporation goes about doing their business. Now they say power to the players, but that is not necessarily true. However, in my case, I still go to GameStop and it is 2018. So in this video, I figured I would tell you guys why I go to GameStop and why it benefits me to actually shop at this store. Now, within recent weeks, the Best Buy Gamer Club Unlocked has been canceled, which means the only way to get new games with the discount is Amazon. And Amazon hasn't been that great for me getting games on the days that they released, because I've pre-ordered 2 games before that were supposed to come on the day of the release, and they didn't get here till 2 days later. So for me, that's not okay, because I want to get that game on the day it releases and be able to play it. However, with GameStop being 2 minutes down the road from me, I definitely would rather go to GameStop or Walmart or even Best Buy or Target, because those are also close. However, I pretty much go to GameStop to buy my new games. Now, most of the games I am buying are Switch related, so that really is harder to find in your Walmart or your Target. Best Buy has some, but I feel like GameStop really has the most amount of Switch games, and that's why I go there. So the best thing about it is that I have an Elite Pro membership. Now, I've had a Pro card for about 2 years now, and it's really saved me money, more when I've traded in games than it is actually buying games. But recently they created the Elite program, and I decided I was going to use some of my trade credit and just bump up to it, because that gives you more points per dollar you spend there, and also you get more trade credit. So for me, that's definitely worth it. I decide that I go to GameStop to trade in at only certain points in the year, because if you go into GameStop every day and trade in, you're not going to get the best deals. Their trade-in values are subpar, to say the least. However, when I decide to actually trade into GameStop, is because they're doing their 50, 60, 70% extra trade credit, which can oftentimes be more than fair market value for some games. Those big higher tier games, they often price closer to what it's actually worth with the trade-ins, and so whenever they do these percentages, it just benefits for sure. So that is one big reason that I actually still go to GameStop in 2018, is because of the Elite Pro membership and those trade-in deals. Now, like I said, trading in is not a thing that I do all the time at GameStop, just because I have gotten to the point where you can use their website and see how much you can get, and you can also see what trade-in deals are happening, and that has benefited me a lot, because I'll see that this game is worth $20, GameStop's offering $12, but if they're doing a 60 or 70% off and I can get either the same value or a little bit more, I'll definitely go into GameStop, because what I do is I'll trade my stuff into GameStop, I'll keep the credit, and then whenever that next Switch game or next brand new game comes out, I will go and pick that up. Now, I do this for 2 reasons. One, it benefits me to get brand new games that way. But number 2, it doesn't necessarily help GameStop out. Now, GameStop makes the majority of their money through used sales, so when I'm doing this new games, it's not helping them out as much, which kind of comforts me as a gamer, because I know that GameStop is not the best way to get your games or even get your used games, because they often screw people. Now, with that being said, one reason I do not like shopping at GameStop in 2018 is because of all the merchandise they have. Now, they have a ton of it. I've seen more than half of the store go from a game store to what it looks like a merchandise store with a little bit of games in the back, which to me is a big deal. I go to GameStop to look at new games and to figure out if I want to play them or not. But when I go into the store here, the first half of it is actually merchandise, and the back half usually is games, which is kind of a bummer because I don't want to have to walk through that. But I can manage it when I have these great trade-ins. So, with that being said, I like to trade in controllers or accessories because I feel like, for some reason, GameStop often forgets that these controllers aren't worth as much as what they're selling them for. So, if I can take in an Xbox 360 controller that I bought for $2 and I can get $10 trade credit, I'm all about that. Now, I could probably go through and sell it on Mercari or eBay or Amazon or any of that, and maybe I'd get that money, but then I'd have to deal with shipping it, I'd have to deal with fees and all of that. That's just too much for me. So, trading in is a big way that I do well at GameStop. Also, the new games are pretty good. They're pretty good at having the games that you want. So, when I picked up my Switch a little over a year ago, I decided that I would use most, if not all, of my credit on Switch games because Switch games are coming out new and fresh, and I'm just really getting into the Switch. When I say just really, I mean I'm really into the Switch, but I'm really enjoying it. So I devote all my time and money to GameStop via Switch games. And that's okay with me because they're alright about it. Their prices are decent when it comes to used. They're not that great, but they're okay. But the second thing that I like to do with GameStop in 2018 doesn't even have to do with their brick and mortar stores. It has to do with their online sales. Now, two things about their online website is really cool that they have the trade value. You can go on there and see what any GameStop will give you that day for your item as long as it's in good condition or at least working condition. Now, the second thing that I really enjoy is for some reason GameStop has decided that they need to get into the retro market, which is a whole different video on why I don't think that's a good idea, but we won't cover that now. We'll talk about that sometime in the future. But with their retro sales, they often do 2-for-1s or buy two and get one, which is really cool because I'll pick up 2 or 3 good games, whether it's a Pokemon game or if it's a SNES or an NES game, whatever it is. The thing is, GameStop gets fake trade-ins all the time. However, it's pretty easy to deal with them if you do get a fake game. You can either return it to the shipping address that they tell you to, or you can go into a brick and mortar store and get your money back for that. However, one thing that I have realized with GameStop and their retro whatever initiative, whatever they want to call it, is that they don't necessarily know what they're doing, because last time they had this buy two get one free, I ordered 3 Pokemon games. I ordered Pokemon Red, I ordered Pokemon Crystal, and I ordered Pokemon Yellow. 2 of those I was going to flip to sell, and 1 I was just going to keep for myself and basically get it for free and have a little bit more money set aside for funding this thing. But when I got it, 2 of the games were in there and 1 of them was not, which is a bummer. Fire Red did not get shipped to me. So when I opened the package up, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? How am I going to convince GameStop that they sent me 2 games instead of 3? I was very nervous about this. I thought I might get screwed out of the game. However, when I called them up, they said, hey, thank you, we understand that you didn't get this game, and we'll ship one out to you. And within 2 days, I got that game. And I was thankful that all the cartridges turned out to be real, and I checked them when I opened them, so that worked out pretty cool. I seem like I'm rambling on about GameStop, but GameStop is one of those things that people love to hate it, or they just hate it. Like, I can see where GameStop has a place in selling games, but that does not necessarily mean that I think they're a good company or anything that they're doing is actually good. I'm kind of bummed out that the way they're kind of killing things now. I've heard that they throw things away and all that kind of stuff, which is not cool at all. But with that being said, comment below and let me know what you guys think of GameStop, if you shop there, if you don't shop there, why you do or do not shop there, all that stuff. Comment below and let me know. With that being said, don't forget about Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Big Cartel, and I set up a Patreon account. The link is below. If you want to give, that's cool. If you don't worry about it. I'm just putting it out there so you guys can know about it. With that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. But most of all, have a good day.